I better turn it off on YouTube, huh? Let's mute out. Okay, so it does. We do have some sound on YouTube. I guess that's good. All right, here's what's going on. Um, this thing got recapped, and I got I got a little sound out of it, not a lot. Actually, a little static. So, and we used to have a really bad hum. So when we replaced those two capacitors there, which are the filter capacitors uh, for the 35Z5 GT rectifier tube, um, it quieted down the hum. So it was real loud. So I believe the output stage of this radio is okay, but right now it's not receiving, or it's not detecting, or uh, it's not doing its thing. Okay, from stage to stage. So I'm gonna just check voltages at different places through here. Let me put this up here. So this right here is the schematic for this Ward's 64WG-1801C. At least that's what I think it is. That's what I tested or checked on radiomuseum.org. It looks like it. I think it does. I'm pretty certain. Yeah, I'm pretty certain after searching the web. It wasn't too hard to find. Um, but anyway, last time what I did was I powered it up after changing the capacitors. I didn't get any sound out of it. Well, the I don't know. I guess you can see it in the big. The antenna is off of it right now, but I have some clips and I was holding it, and I got uh, really excited when I actually heard some of the audio that was coming out of it. Let me see if I can find it real quick, and I'm going to do a little quick audio. Let me see. I guess we can just go to mine, view my channel, and it was a video that came out here recently. Um, this one here, and I'm just trying to get it to where you can hear it. Let's see. In fact, let's see if I can find it. So it's warming up. Okay, and yeah, it was doing all this. Let's see. This is, yeah. Here we go. It's all getting a static, and I could hear something, but I see hear it, but I can't hear that now. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. Okay, that's what's going on. Let me exit out of here. Let me remove that from the scene and do that. Just go ahead and close that. So what I'm thinking that I need to do is at least do some voltage. Let me cancel this. At least do some voltage checks. And oh, I guess I do need to share my screen because I've got a schematic for this thing, and the schematic shows. Let me share my screen again. All right, let me put this up there. Yeah. Let me make this big. That is big. So the schematic right now. There we go. The schematic right now has these points on it, and what I'll do is I'll work from from the antenna end, which is right here. Now I've got a the antenna going in, and I've got it clipped on these two leads. Haven't checked the antenna resistance. I guess I could, um, but what I wanted to do is check if I can do this.
Damn, I found you.
Howdy, howdy! You found me. Well, good. Glad you did. Welcome. Um, it. I'm looking at these voltage values right here. There's two voltage values that are 70 volts on that tube. Let me move this out of the way. And then we also want to test the resistance here of the antenna.
YouTube is screwed up.
Oh, is it really? So I need to check for 70 volts there, which means powering this thing up. Obviously, this is off of pin 3 and pin 4, and that'll be the first one we test. I don't see any other capacitors. I'm trying to look for capacitors as I go too, make sure that I replaced some. But anyway, so let's check pin 3 and 4. In fact, I'm gonna check the resistance on the antenna first, just for grins and giggles. How you doing tonight, Jeff? Well, maybe I won't find my voltmeter. Of course, it's gonna be inside. Yep, it's inside. Of course. Let me make sure it's not in here and just hiding on me. My voltmeter likes to hide. And I probably do have it out here. I don't know. I don't see it. It should be a little black case, and I don't see it. I don't see it. Oh, never mind. It wasn't in a little black case. It's just here. All right, so the first spot I'm going to check is pin. No, I'm going to check the antenna first. Let's just put an ohmmeter on the antenna and see what that does. Hold it out, and I think I should be able just to go right across the cap. No, this is it. Let me do it this way. Here's the antenna. And let me make this bigger. Fix this camera real quick. Sorry about that, folks. Sorry about that. So I'm just gonna check the resistance right here at these two poles. I'm looking at it. This little capacitor, probably nothing wrong with it, but I'm gonna check right here. Actually, yeah, it's got continuity there, and I think I did check the whole thing before. I can't remember. But let me go ahead and put one on this side. Now there's our resistance. All right. That's not too bad. That's 1.6 ohms, which means it's not open, and it says it's supposed to be 1.4 ohms. And then between here on this one, between here, which is the external antenna, and ground, which is here. Is that right? There should be. Oh, interesting. There's an overload there. So There's an open right there. But that's interesting. And I say that because I expected to see some resistance. It's actually supposed to be 0.1 resistance, so it actually should show almost shorted. Um, See right here, there's a loop, or maybe I'm checking it wrong. There's a loop going from the external antenna to ground, which is through the capacitor. So really, I should check it from here to here. Now let's see what we have. No, still got an overload or an open. It's interesting. Um, See, I'm seeing that as the external antenna. And I'm not certain. I'm not certain. All right, so let me go ahead and start checking these voltages. Let me put this on volts, AC, right? Or is it DC? Is it volts DC that I'm supposed to be checking? You know, it doesn't say. But this is an AC radio after all, right? So let's put it there. And how am I going to do this? Let's see. Can we put this over here and bring this here? No, I'm not going to be able to check voltages and see it also. Well, I could do that while I'm probing. Well, I'll give it a try. I'll bring it over. So the first spot I need to check. You still with me, Jeff? First spot I'm going to check, like I said, is between pin 3 and I guess ground to see what I get. So let me put this on pin 3 off of the 12 SA7. And I need to mark this or something so I don't have to keep flipping it over. Let's go ahead and minimize this thing. I can find it. Oops, hit the wrong button. Okay. All right. The 12SA7, I'm not really certain where it's at, although maybe my schematic. Let me look at my schematic for a second, see if it's got a, I think it shows tubes. Yeah, so the 12th SA7 is the first detector, and it is okay, so they're all on the back, right? So it's this one here. This one. Yeah, because I'm going to flip it over just to make sure. And what I'm looking at is, nope. That's 12SQ7. The 12SK7 is this one, is the center one. This is the 12SK7 here. Or this is bad. Yeah, hi. This is the 12SK7 here, right here. And I can confirm it because I can look on there and it says 12SK7 here. So that's so it's this one here. We're gonna be testing off of that. Well, I need to cover that up. Sure we're not touching anything. All right. So off of this one, the third connector. Let me see if I can move this. Come on, focus, focus, focus. Here we go. All right, and it's off of pin 3. This is this is the oh no, wait, the 12 SA7, not that one. So it's going to be this one, I believe. Let me look again. No, no, the second one. The second one, I probably should write this down. The second one's a 12SA7 right here. And there is power to this thing, so I need to move this over to the side somehow so I can get in here. I need pin 3, I said, right? Yeah, pin 3. Let me see if I can make this half and half, maybe. Yeah, I was right on it. Yeah, and that doesn't help. Let me see if I can make this any larger. Come on. Hey, yeah, we can. Okay, that's as large as I can make it. And move over. Yeah. So what I'm doing here is just checking off of pin 3, and pin 3 on this one is from the keyway. It's 1, 2, 3. So it's this green wire, and it says it's blue, and it is blue. It looks green, but it just faded blue right there, and it is coming from the IF coil, which is right here. So yeah, so it's blue, and that's number 3. So I know that's it for sure. So that's where I'm going to put my clip at. Right on that thing. Here we go. Okay. And by the way, always do this with the power off. Don't do it like I just did. Okay. Especially right there, because that's probably open right there, and that's just that little piece of tape. But anyway, let's turn this thing on, and I'm getting 6 volts, 7 volts.
Zap.
You're right. Yeah, actually though, interesting.
Is this an amplifier?
No, this is a radio. That right there is the first detector oscillator, and like you can see, I'm only getting. Well, you know what? I'm only getting 5 volts because I'm not grounding out somewhere. Let's see if it zaps now. Should be ground. Well, it's not. Let me try to sit. Now the reference on this, where am I going to reference to? So if I'm referencing 3 volts there, I got to find a ground. There's a ground right there, which should be chassis, I believe.
So an amplifier is just part of the circuit. I was wondering why so many potentiometers.
Well, there's this one. There's this one, which is the volume, and then there's a slider. There's not a lot of potentiometers in here. There are some capacitors, which the capacitors are these that I changed out. Let's see, man, this tripod is not good. I changed these out. That's why they're kind of sitting there like that. These two were actually, which is what I did last time, was this big one with these 3 leads, right? 1 ground and 2 capacitors.
Glenn Miller is still waiting in the cloud.
Yeah, I know.
In the schematic, not the actual machine.
I know. On in the schematic, not the actual machine. Well, let's take a look at the schematic, and let me point over it and stuff. and we'll discuss a little something maybe. All right, so let me make this a little smaller. Okay, these right here. Wait, I can't see it. These right here are tubes. Okay, this is the coil of the antenna wire. Then here's a capacitor. There's a bunch of transformers. This is the first IF stage. This is a second. Um, these are a couple of. This is a coil, and we've tested this already. We checked the coils. We checked this IF coil here. I've removed the tubes and put them back in, and used other ones, and so if I'm not getting 70 volts here, I want to check on number 4, see what I'm getting on number 4. And since I never turned this thing off, I need to really check that again. Let's see if I can do this. So that's the blue one. I'm just trying to find the ground for this
Okay,
thing.
I can see now on big screen that are tubes, not pots. LOL.
Yeah,
Dang nice.
yeah. They're potentiometers. Let me make this back small now. Yeah, that's the tubes. But sure, ask away, ask away. I'm going to try to sneak this in here without shocking myself. How am I going to do this? I'm going to move this to the side. I'm going to go to number 3, which is right there. Make sure it's number 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's on that blue one. Okay, and I think that, and I'm going to look at the schematic here. The volume control, no, on the volume control, it's just going to X.
Look at the size of those resistors for that day and age. They must be like coil, 1 amp max.
This is a capacitor here. This is a resistor here. This is actually, I think, a 1 watt resistor. I can't remember the sizes off the top of my head. I should know them, but I'm forgetting. Maybe this is a 1/2 watt resistor. No, I think that's a 1 watt resistor, and that one right there is a 1/2 watt.
There are several variable capacitors. Some are probably in the bottom of the if-canned coils. Hey, I sent you a photo of what I am doing.
Yeah, but I don't wanna mess with those yet, because here's what I just did, Sonia, and I'm trying to find a ground spot for this. Um, Here, let me bring up the um, let me open this up. But Sonia, I did get some sound out of it. I don't know if you saw the video, but very low, very low, Sonia, very low. I'm trying to check these voltages here. Wait, right here. I'm starting here, and I've got like 6 volts here, or 4 volts. I can't remember exactly.
Okay, cool.
And hey, and I'm trying to.
Yeah, no, Joe, LOL.
I want to check number 4
Are
too.
Are tubes warming up correctly?
Well, they're all on right now. Yeah, and all of them have got filaments. I checked them. Um, yes, yes, yep. So I need to find out where a good ground point is, and I'm thinking that it's going to be this spot. Where is ground? Right here.
I'm on.
But when I check it, because I'm on that 4, this is what I get. Just floats. Okay, let's put it to that.
God is not responding to my stuff.
That's millivolts. So, anyway, that's what I'm having to. That's what I'm having
Stupid
to.
Fitscree.
That's what I'm having to check. So that's what I'm working on. Let's see here. So let me check on 4, which 4 is the next one over. Let's get this off of here. 4 is the next one over, which is this one here. Oops. There we go. Let's see what there is at 4. 4 to the chassis, I'm assuming, right? Now that may be my mistake. That may be and it's just floating away. I mean, like nobody's business. Okay, see now it did 9 volts. So it's not that it was floating, it just, but it is. It does seem like it's floating, and it is going really, really high. So that's off of 4. No, even when I go to the line, I'm still getting 7 volts. So then the question is why?
What is the point on the schematic that you are using for ground?
Well, what I just did is I went to actually I went to this point here.
Well, your inputs are good, then you have to check your output.
So I went to here. Well, see, I don't know if my inputs are good either, but I went to the no, I didn't go to the volume control. I take that back. I went to the on-off switch right here. Right here.
If your inputs are good.
Well, I think they are, because and I say I think they are because with the antenna on it, I do hear some very little let me show you. Hold on. Let me share my screen again. I wonder if I can. Yeah, let me share my screen again. And the entire screen, and share the sound. And I want to turn off my air conditioner. Because here's what it sounds like. Let me bring this up. Let's see. This is as high up as it'll go. Let me make sure that my volume is also as high up as it'll go, and it is. All right.
This reminds me of trying to figure out why the old Radio Shack kit isn't working.
Yes. So here, check this out. All right, here we go. Can you hear that? Can you hear that sound? Oh wait, did I? I haven't shared the screen. Sorry. There you go. Okay. Now let me know if you can hear the screen here. Right. So, but anyway, here's the deal. You can barely hear it. Hear it? I actually
can tune it.
Hear
I can
it, Sonia?
hear some form of modulation.
Yeah, I can hear like. As I tune it back and forth.
Anyway, that's all I wanted to show you for now.
Yeah,
On the
and
next Retro Friday, we're going to see if we can't amplify this even more.
so that's where I'm at, okay, on this thing, and that's why I'm trying to figure out where this might be taking place or not be taking place. Um, Remember, we had a real bad hum. I changed these two capacitors here last time, and the hum went away because it's filtering the what's coming off of the rectifier, and it quieted down. But it was really really loud, so I'm pretty certain that our amplifier tube, well, not that our amplifier tube's good, but at least uh, the circuit that receives the that drives the speaker, the transformer and the speaker for that matter. Um, I'm just trying to figure out where I don't have voltage and concentrate on. Well, all of a sudden I realize that I don't have the 70 volts I need here. I need 70 volts over here also. And where else? Where else does it show it? There's 20 volts here on this one. But if I don't have anything in the beginning, I'm not going to have anything at the end either, right? All right, I'm turning on the air again because it's starting to get warm in here, and this thing's been on the whole time, by the way. So all those tubes are nice and hot. I don't have an antenna hooked up to it right now, so I'm not going to receive anything really. I would think that voltage would still be there, and I'm looking at the items that I have changed. Let's look down here. Oh, I need a better tripod, a little smaller tripod. Let me change this back. And if you have any ideas, let me know. Think, and we'll take a look at it possibly if I can find this to move it up. All right. So what's going on here? So here's a schematic. Off of here, I have changed this, and I guess you can't see it. Maybe I should have just the reason I'm doing it off the paper is because you can see the changes I've made. But this this capacitor here has been changed off that tube, off of number 5, and I've checked all these coils. I've checked the resistances on all these coils for that matter, and they turned out a little high maybe, but it looked like it was okay. Um, I know I should have 455 kilocycles. Well, I think here and here, but I'm not checking frequency. What I'm doing is I'm trying to just check these voltages that are supposed to be there. So off of 4, I should have 70 volts, and I don't. So I don't know why not. Because if we let me bring the other schematic back up and just point to the radio. So this goes down to this other capacitor, which I've also changed out. And then it goes over to a 2.2 meg resistor, to another capacitor, which is I think I want to say a dual mica. Is it? Is it? Is it? Is it? And the reason I just stopped because I looked over here and I see this 50 picofarad capacitor, but that's still way further on up ahead. It's not in the circuit there. This is ground, which is pin 1. So let me do this. Since we know that this is ground, maybe that's why I'm not getting a voltage between pin 1 and pin 3. And right now I think I've got it on pin 4. So between pin 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let me do that. Let me check. Yeah, there's my ground, because one of you said, "Where's your ground?" And that's my ground, guys. Pin 1. Let's see. Are we still on? Yeah, we're still on. Let's see. No, it still floats for some reason. Look, just like that is all it does. Here's pin 1. Right? Yeah. And of course, pin 1 goes to the chassis, right? Let me make sure. Let me make sure that I'm making a connection here. You see what I'm saying? Maybe that's my problem. Oops. Let's try this again. Yeah. So yeah, that this isn't working. This I need to change this out. Let's see, can I do this? I need another cable. Yeah, that this might correct our issue here, guys, if that doesn't fall into the mix. Here, let's put this over here like that. All right. So now I should be able to take and touch ground and get. All right. It's floating because it's actually DC and not AC. That's why. Okay, I've got 80 volts there. 10 volts more than what I should have. Okay. All right. Let's go back over to pin 3 now that I've figured out where my ground and what scale I'm supposed to be at, right? Guess I can do it here too. Yep, I got 80 volts there too. So we got those two voltages there. Let's go over to the 12 SK7. I'm looking to see if there's any other voltage readings on there that I could check. So I'm thinking we're going to have 10 volts higher on everything. So on the 12 SK7, which I don't know which one it is without flipping it over, oh my God, that was the 12 SA7. Let's see if I can flip this over without blowing anything up. All right, we're there. See, nice and strong. 12 SK7. I've got a drawing here on the. Flip this back. Of which the tubes are. The tubes are this right here. The 12 SK7 is this one in the center, and that's what we're looking at. The 12 SK7 in between the two cans, and there's a can here. Let me use Let me use the pointer. There's a can here and a can here. So this is the 12 SK7. And where I'm going to check it is at pin 6. I should have 20 volts, which is the that top pin. Oh, thought you guys could see that, which is right this one here. This one here, right here. This one here says it's got to be 20 volts. This is a detector. What is this? Auto voltage control and first audio frequency. So let's see what we got there. 20 volts there at pin 6. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is this point right here. Let me double check again. 1, 2. Let's see, can we see this? Can we get better focus on that? There we go. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. 6 is here. So 6 is off this resistor right here. Let's see if I can get it in there. Ooh, that's tight. Let's see, can I move this one over a little bit? Maybe. I need to do that. Okay, here it is. Let me check the ground. Getting 81 volts also. Also 81 volts. Supposed to be getting 20. Now, why would I be getting 80 volts there? I have not changed. No, I'm off on the wrong one. We're still, oh boy, 12 SK7, 12 SK7. Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong tube. That's why. Yeah. I'm also getting 80 volts on that one. Let me wonder if I can just split screen this again. Yeah. So I'm supposed to be getting 70 volts here, getting 80 volts, which, okay, at least I'm getting close to, I guess that's close, I'm not sure. That was on pin 6. I wonder what I'm getting off of 8. Let's try 8. If that's 6, 7, 8, and 8 is coming again, like the 12SA7. 8 is coming off of pin 8, but going down into the blue lead in the second IF. So blue lead is that one. Let me move this aside a little bit. And let's see if we can insert that there. And you should be powering this off, but I'm being dumb. All right. I got 80 also, which I'm supposed to have 70 at those two spots. So, okay. Oops, I meant to do this. So let's move over to the other tube, which is the 12SQ7. And it is of the two tubes, right? Can't see it actually. Of these two tubes right there. These two tubes. Okay. This is the 50, which I believe is the one that's to the back. Yeah, the one that's this is the 50 here. This is the 50. Let's make this half and half. Maybe. Well, I guess I lost it. Is it still there? Yeah, it's still there. Let me close this out. All right. So we're not going to check the 50 yet. We're going to check the SQ7, which, like I said, is the one that's in line with the other four. So yeah, so it's this end one over here. That one right there. See how there's two? This is right here is the 50L6GT, and this one is the SQ7, and I'm supposed to check on the SQ7 off of pin 6, and that's where I should be getting 20 volts. So on pin 6, we look at this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6 goes to this mica capacitor that's here. And it does right here go to this 207 picofarad, 270 picofarad, if I can find it, right there. Goes to that. I should have, at that point, 20 volts. So at that point right there, I should have 20 volts. So let me see if I can clip onto that. Ooh, listen. AC hum, huh? Um, Let me make sure that's on 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. I'm getting millivolts. I've got 0.2 volts AC, and the DC is floating. And that mica capacitor, I'm assuming it's a mica capacitor. Listen, picking up all sorts of noise. It's like picking up. It goes away. Let me try to look again. I actually have 8 volts AC there, and I'm supposed to have 20 volts. I got like 10 millivolts. Interesting. All right, let's think about this. Let me just make this big and look over here. Get this stuff out of the way. Okay. So capacitor 12. I'll be right back. I'm gonna turn the power off on this thing. I'm gonna go get another sheet that has information about the capacitors. I'll be right back, guys. Okay. Um, here's what I got. I'm gonna just peek it in front of the. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna peek it in front of the camera, see if I can focus it. But here's what I got. So I have a bunch of, excuse me, I have a bunch of different capacitors here, right? And I was just wondering, right, which one, did I ever turn this off? Look at the pilot light, yeah, it's off. I was wondering which one, well, I thought I'd look at this is what I'm saying. So that capacitor is right here. Well, can't see it. Let me split this up. Yeah. That capacitor is right here. Right here. That's a is that off of pin 6? Was it the other one? Yeah, it is off of pin 6 right here. 270 picofarad, capacitor 12. I just wanted to see what capacitor 12 was. It's a 270 picofarad molded capacitor. I don't think I have that value either. But that might be another one that changed. I say that those capacitors, from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, are pretty good about staying good, right? And there's another one over here too. So I don't know. I don't want to mess with that, at least for right now. Is that the problem? I don't think so. Anyway, I'm looking at schematic here. Looking at schematic. And I probably should mark all the capacitors that I've actually changed out on this chart. Let's see. Let me start from the top. I changed out C13. C13 was a tubular 0.01 microfarad, so that one's changed. It's changed out. I haven't done the dual mica. Which is actually on the oscillator coil, right? Or on the transformer. That's that one. That's that one here. But C13 is this one. And there's another one that goes off of there, but I think I changed it. No. So let's see. Off of pin 2 and the SQ7. Off of pin 2 and the SQ7. The SQ7 is of the two tubes. Yeah, of the two tubes, the this one here, that's the SQ7 right there. So off of pin 2, no, off of pin 7, pin 7, pin 7, SQ7, pin 7, pin 7, no, not pin 7, pin 2. Off of pin 2, there's that capacitor, that's C11, which, like I said, is a 0.01 microfarad. That's C11. It's that one. Yeah, 0.1 microfarad. Did I change that? That's the question. Did I change it already? That goes off of pin 2. Pin 2 is I'm just seeing something. There's no power on this. It's, well, actually, there's power. It's just not on. Um, I'm seeing this right here. It's not really touching anything. It's just there. Yeah. Yeah, that's not touching. It looked like it was touching. Anyway, but that's 8. So 1, 2. So off of pin 2, this goes over here. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, off of pin 2 there should be this big resistor here. Well, I say big. 6.8 meg resistor. Who can tell me what their color code for a 6.8 meg resistor is? But it should be also coming off of pin 2, and that's here. 1, 2. There's nothing coming off of here. This one is. This one's going between there and the X spot, which is wherever that's at. 12 SK7, yeah. Nope, 12 SK7 is in the center. It's this one here. No, SQ7, 12 SQ7. Now I'm confusing myself. 12 SQ7. Nope, never mind. Back over there. This right here is orange, which is 3. This is a 33 ohm resistor because the next band is a black. So orange is 3. So that's 33 ohms. I'm just wondering where that 33 ohm resistor is. In fact, that seems too low, actually. It says it's coming off of pin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, off of pin 7. I don't see anything on that. Maybe I've got the wrong tube. There's no pin 7 there. There's no pin 7 there. That's interesting. Yeah, because that resistor actually goes between these two, between here and over there, between the SQ7. I just don't see it. I don't see any resistor that low either. That's what's interesting. So let me continue checking voltages, which is really what I'm trying to at least do today. The next spot I'm going to check, let's see, I checked this 70 volts here, right there, and I'm going to check 20 volts on pin 6 of the SQ7. And just for reference again, the SQ7 is where the two are. It's the one on the end. That's the SQ7. So that's this one here. So off of pin Off of pin 6, I should have 20 volts. I need to put another piece of tape on there. All right, so let's open this up, let it warm up. Let's put this, what did I say I'm checking on? Checking on pin 6. Where'd my pointer go? All right, pin 6. So 1, I just thought of something. Make a quick message here. All right. Okay. Let's go back to this pin 7 thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So right there, right off that resistor. So pin 7, do I see a resistor on pin 7? No, wait, pin 6. Pin 6. There's no resistor off pin 6, but there is, pin 7, but there is a capacitor off of pin 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a capacitor right there, which is this capacitor. So that right there. Oh, that scared me. It's picking up noise, isn't it? And from me. Look. No, maybe not. All right. From there, let me see what voltage reading I get to ground. I'm getting 2 volts AC and 1 volt DC. And I should be getting 20. Like there's no output on that, right? That's the 12SQ7. That's the detector, ABC, and first stage, automatic voltage control, volume control. So what are we hearing right now? Are we hearing interference from the meter? Are we picking up the computer? That's what we're doing. We're picking up the computer. Well, maybe not now. Right. But it's off now, so no, it wasn't off. Here, it's off now. So no voltage there at all. No output, right? Because that's output. So maybe what I'll do is I'll change that tube. See if I can set this down in here without zapping anything. And I really need to put some tape over that. Let me get some tape. the tape was over there. Tape was over there. It's got to be here. I had it here last. Nothing like organization. All right, well, let's go ahead and change that thing out and just flip it back over. All right, so this one here is off. Yep, it's off. This one here is the one we're changing right here. Let's see, how hot is it? Not too hot. This is 12SQ7. Okay. Let's see if I got another 12SQ7. No, I don't have one there. Do I have one here? 35. This is the 12SQ7 because it's warm. There's a 50. No, come on. I know I had another one. I thought I had another one. Let me check these tubes. This one should be 12SK7, and it is. It's got it written on there, so I don't know. But I do have an extra one, 12SK7. And then this one over here is a 12AS7. It is a 12AS7, so that's good. I didn't put the wrong tubes in the sockets. Let's see what this last one is. This last one is 35, a 35Z5G. Okay, so let's put that back. So where's that other tube? I need another 12SQ7. They could be right here. There we go, 12SQ7. Right there. All right, so let me plug this one in. I knew I had another one. See if that makes any difference. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm checking the output of this 12SQ7. Was it SQ? The one that I took out was warm, right? Yeah, and the one I took out was 12SQ7. Yeah. So off the 12SQ7, I should be getting 20 volts out of pin 6. So let's go ahead and set up on pin 6. Yeah, pin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 right here. Okay, there we go. Let's turn this on. I wish I had an antenna on this. All right, so it's making noise because it's that hum that we were hearing, right? Let's see. Well, 2 millivolts. Yeah, I'm getting 7 volts out of this thing. It's supposed to be getting 20. focus. 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 I wonder what that noise is outside. Excuse me for a second. My backdoor neighbor knocking on some stuff. So let me look schematic. Oops. All right, so let me see. So we're getting 7 volts there. I haven't changed this capacitor either. I don't. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Two. No, there isn't a capacitor. Off of pin 2, there isn't a capacitor. Although wherever that 6.8 meg resistor is, this one right here, need to find it. So the resistor should be a blue, gray, green resistor. Blue, gray, green. Do we see? Well, you can't see anything actually, right? I'm going to say blue, gray, green, right? I don't see anything. Although, right, I'm going to turn this thing off, and I'm going to go ahead and unplug it. Let those capacitors bleed off a little bit. But right here, there's a resistor. I can't see the color. It is green, brown, orange, and I need a resistor that is. Oh, I thought I had it. Yeah, that is blue, gray, green. Blue, gray, green, but I don't see one. Blue, gray, green. Well, I thought this was the exact schematic that I needed, but I don't see anything even close. Well, all right. I think for right now that's going to be it, guys. I need to do some stuff here pretty soon, and let that all. Anyway, let me take a peek over on Twitch. See See if there's anybody over there. I bet there's one person over there watching. And thank you so much. Yeah, and that's still fuzzy, isn't it? Yeah, let me unfuzzy it up. There we go. I need a new camera. Hello, Eric. For some reason I didn't hear you, Eric. Sorry. Is the speech chat working? Yeah, I think speech chat is having issues. There we go. Yeah, I guess it wasn't fully booted up. But anyway, welcome, Eric. Sorry I didn't hear you earlier over there on the Twitch. Well, of course he's gone because I didn't say anything. Let me send him a whisper. All right. Like I said, I think I'm gonna call it quits. I don't think there's anybody. I just closed it out. I know there's nobody over there because I just looked. No, that's me over on YouTube. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna end the stream here. Thanks for those that were here today, and I appreciate you guys coming in. And see, I didn't hear any of that, UL. I didn't hear anything. I am so sorry. I would have looked. So let me try to look at this real quick. What's the voltage before R6? Let me find R6 again. There's R5. Where's R6? See, I couldn't even find R6. Let me do this way. Here's R5. There's R6. Okay, so the question was asked, what is the voltage at R6 right here? Okay, and what he's getting at is if this resistor is bad, the voltage drop is going to be offset. Let's see, the higher the resistance, the more voltage drop there is on a resistor. So it would I don't know. Let me find R6. 470. So it should be a purple, yellow, purple with 3 zeros. So yellow, purple, red, and it's off of pin. It's actually off of pin 6, isn't it? Let me go back and look. Let's flip the display here, and let's see if I can find it. So I do see a yellow, purple, orange, and that yellow, purple, orange is right there. But I said red, didn't I? Here's red, red, and this is what is that doing there? What is that? There's a capacitor up underneath there. It just looks like a solder point right here, and I don't see an. I think it would be probably capacitor 12. Let's look at capacitor 12. And like I said, I'm not going to be able to stay on very long because I'm going to have to take off. If I can find my cursor, let's see, capacitor 12. Let me go back and do this. See what capacitor 12 is. 8. There's capacitor 11, and there is capacitor 12 here. Yeah, because if this is open, so this is off of 6 to that X point. That X point is this point right here. All points go back to this, okay? And this is the point that's next to that 220 ohm resistor. That's right. Well, actually, that's X, but you can measure it anywhere along here. Actually, you can measure it off of off of the SQ7 on 8 if we wanted to go there. So we could go from 8 to from 8 to 6. Let's see what the voltage from 8 to 6 is. And I think that's what we were checking anyway, guys. The SQ7 is the one that's next. So this is the SQ7 over here. We're checking off of pin 6. There should be a capacitor, but I never did find it, did I? Let me go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, yeah, there is a capacitor there. There's this. Hold on. Change this. There is a capacitor on 6. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So right here, there's a capacitor here, okay, and a capacitor here. And this capacitor here is between 6, 7, and 8. And if I look at it over here, I don't see an 8. That capacitor is across 8. $270 picofarad. Like I was saying, I think this is it. Goes to there. That goes to there. Goes to there. See, it doesn't go back to X at all. Which is this spot right here. That's X here. Well, no, I'm. Let me look again. Oh, there goes the meter. No, don't die. Let's see. X is there, which goes back to this point. Yeah, it's that point right there that I just pointed to, which is off of the switch. So maybe not. So yeah, power goes here. Yeah, and that point right there is X. Can't see it because of the transformer. Yeah. That point right there is X, right there. So that's where everything comes back. It is off, huh? Yeah, I remember I turned it off too.
The meter you're troubleshooting, it can't go to sleep yet.
Right, right. I've decided to look a little more into it, but yeah, so that's point X there, for sure, which is on the side of the on-off switch, basically. I'm trying to find resistor from there. I don't see it. So that's the volume control. Yeah, let me hook that up to point X, or what I think is X, which is right here. Actually, this will work too. There we go. Okay, now let's go. So we're going from this point. Do this thing. So we're going from this point right here to over here, off of pin 6, wherever this is. So I guess I could just go to pin 6 and there, and I'd be checking the voltage across that capacitor. So let me go to pin 6 on the other side, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is right here. But I got to turn this thing on. And I really want to do those capacitors better. Oh, I never did power it down. I mean, plug it back in. I did power it down. I never plugged it back in.
Yep, pin 6 should work.
Yep. All right, there we go. Wait for that to heat up. Pilot light is on. Everything's heating up. Oh, I'm so tired. This has been a long week. I had a friend that uh, ended up going to the emergency room and then up to the intensive care unit. I believe it was on Tuesday or Monday. And I was up there at 2 o'clock in the morning. Well, Tuesday, I was just raggedly running. Rested up a little bit better on Wednesday, and then yesterday is another long day. So, and then today's a short day, but yesterday was another long day. And I tend to stay up late. But anyway, excuse me. I just yawned. All right, that should be hot enough. It's the pilot light is a nice good color, and I said pin 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's pin 6. I've got 0.1 AC and like 300 millivolts. I mean, it's not not anything that it should be. So between there, yeah, between pin 6 and ground, pull this off. Between 6 and ground, which ground should be anything, right? Any of this? That should be ground, right? Or is it? Or is it? I'm looking at a ground spot.
Yeah, it's been a long week here. I have been practicing quadratic equations.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember quadratic expressions, and I remember that I don't remember them anymore. I remember them, but I don't remember. I mean, I know it's a times b times c squared. Is that it? Or a times 2b c squared? Anyway, and then you got to figure out for x times y 2y or whatever, right? All right, let me see what we're getting on pin 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still 0.1 volts AC, and millivolts just floats all over the place. Okay, turn off. Turn off now. I guess it's because it was in between. All right, I am going to call it quits now. Well, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. It's been kind of quiet. I think that's all I'm
Yeah,
going to do.
that's basically how it feels to be throwing in an exponent.
Yeah, exactly.
Enjoy.
Thank you. And I'm going back in the message. Did you see if
Yule
there's
is
any
sounding a
shorts?
bit effeminate this week, grinning face with sweat.
Yeah, the bot has its own. I haven't changed anything. I mean, nothing. On Sunday, I'll change it again. I'm not certain what I'm going to do Sunday. I'm almost done. I called it done with the space shuttle. I need to paint it some. I don't think I'm going to be able to work on it anymore. And I might just start something else or continue something that I'm working on. I'm actually working on the Lady Washington. I've been wanting to do it. But I know there's other things too. There's the Mercer. I could bring it out. I don't know. I'm thinking of what to do, but anyway, if you're around on Sunday, come see 2 p.m. Central. See, there's Jeff too. I didn't even see him after it was over registered. I'm out of here. See you. That's Jeff. Weekend, everyone. Have a good weekend. Does capacitors are rated around 20 volts and got a spike of 80 volts? They may be gone. I did replace a bunch of capacitors though. I've replaced a lot of them. Let me see here. See all those we replaced those two electrolytics last time, which was that there. Come on, focus. It was those. Um, and see the yellow ones. Replace those. Yeah, I'll have to probably set this on the shelf. And I know that there is another one right there, okay? And that one, actually, I can hear. Maybe I can clean it up and make it pretty. And then I've got, this is the one I really would love to work on. I've got that one there. But that one I think is totally dead. I don't think I've even plugged that thing in. Maybe I have, and I think it is totally dead. But at least this one I got something out of it. Not sure. In that video.
I'm going on a road trip to pick up an outboard motor with my sew on Sunday.
Well, you take care, man. I guess I won't see you, but I'd love to see the outboard. Are you going to put it on your car? The one you showed me. Yeah, I know you're not. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. Remember, no matter what you do it just for fun, and live long and prosper. Did I turn that off? Because I'm getting really close to it. See you guys. Bye-bye.